Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome to Soulful Saturdays with Saylor. Around here, we cut through the noise, ditch the fluff, and dive straight into what matters: spiritual wellness, radical self acceptance, unapologetic soulful living. Each week, I'll bring you the truth with a side of sass, reflections that wake you up, and reminders that you are glorious. So, whether you got your journal, your coffee, or that wild, messy bun, you are exactly where you are meant to be. Hey, everyone. Oh, welcome back to Soulful Saturdays with Sailor. I'm so grateful you're here, taking a little time for you. Yeah. Let's get real for a moment. How often do you feel like life is just happening to us? You know what I mean? Bills, deadlines, errands, expectations. It's like the days blur together, and before you know it, we're just moving through the motions instead of really living them. And then someone says, be grateful. And you think, sure, I'll add that to the list right after the laundry, grocery shopping, walking the dog. Yeah. But here's what I've learned: gratitude isn't anything to do, it's a way to be. It's not about forcing yourself to feel thankful when everything feels heavy. It's about slowing down long enough to notice the small, sacred moments that are already holding you together. The morning light that touches your face, the laughter that catches you off guard, the quiet comfort of knowing you made it through another day. What if gratitude isn't a habit, but a healing? What if it's the spiritual doorway to peace? That kind that doesn't depend on what's happening around you, but what's happening within you. Maybe when we shift from looking for what's missing to appreciate what's present, something powerful happens. Our energy changes, our hearts open, and suddenly we can feel the presence of something greater. Call it spirit, source, love, the divine. It's flowing through the everyday moments of our lives. So today we're diving into the energy of appreciation. And I want you to really feel this, not just think it. This isn't about perfection, it's about presence, because your soul is all ready for more peace, more joy, more connection. And gratitude, my friend, is the key that unlocks it all. So take a breath with me, settle in, and let's explore how appreciation can lift your spirit and expand your heart in ways you may have forgotten were possible. You know, it's easy to talk about gratitude when everything feels good, when life's flowing, when doors are opening, when the coffee's hot and the people around you are kind. But what about those other days? The ones where you wake up and you're already tired. Your mind is racing before your feet even hit the floor. When everything feels like too much. And gratitude feels like a foreign language that you just can't speak. I get it. Sometimes gratitude feels out of reach, especially we're in the season of loss, loneliness, or change. Maybe you've been giving so much to everyone else that you've forgotten what it feels like to receive. Maybe you're waiting for something to finally go right before you allow yourself to feel thankful. Or maybe, if you're really honest, you'll just worn out from trying so hard. Here's what I want you to hear today. You're not broken from feeling that way. You're human. And in those moments when gratitude feels impossible, that's exactly when your soul needs it most. Because gratitude isn't about ignoring the hard stuff, it's about anchoring yourself in something deeper than the chaos around you. Think about it. When we focus only on what's not working, our energy contracts, our hearts close off. We start living from a place of fear, frustration, and lack. But when we shift just slightly to appreciate even the for something small, our energy begins to expand again. When we start breathing differently, thinking differently, seeing differently. The truth is, most of us are taught to chase things that will make us feel grateful later, like success, approval, more money, more recognition. But real gratitude isn't a finish line, it's a frequency. It's a vibration that says, even in the moments, I can find something sacred. It's choosing to look for the light even when the sky is gray. When and I'm not saying it's easy. Sometimes it feels like standing in the middle of a storm and trying to find one drop of calm. But that one drop, that's all you need to begin shifting your entire energy. It just takes one drop. Gratitude doesn't erase your pain, but it transforms the way your spirit holds it. It takes the edge off, the overwhelm, and reminds you that you are more than what's happening around you. You are spirit, you are energy, you are love in motion. And gratitude is how you remember that. So here's the truth. Gratitude isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about remembering that even in the imperfect, something sacred is still unfolding. What if gratitude isn't the end result of a good day, but the very thing that creates one? You see, gratitude is energy, it's alive. It's not just words you say or journal that you keep. It's a frequency that connects you to something greater than yourself. When you begin to appreciate what already is, your spirit starts to vibrate at a higher level. You move out of the noise and into alignment with peace, purpose, and possibility. And here's the beautiful part. Gratitude doesn't ask for perfection. It simply asks for presence in whispers. Can you see the gift that's already here? Because no matter how messy life feels, there's always something quietly holding you. A moment of grace, a breath of peace, a reminder that you're not alone. When we shift our energy toward appreciation, we begin to align with the rhythm of the divine. It's like tuning an instrument that's been a little off key. The moment you begin to give thanks, sincerely, softly, even silently, your heart starts to harmonize with a higher sound. That's when you start noticing beauty again, connection again, hope again. I like to think of gratitude as the spiritual bridge between where you are and where your soul wants to be. You don't have to know how to cross it. You just have to take one thankful step at a time. Gratitude changes your focus from what's missing to what's possible. And that's where the magic happens. So maybe today, Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You ask, what might this be teaching me? Where is the blessing hiding here? Because that's the moment your energy shifts. That's when the energy begins and the healing starts. And that's when gratitude stops being an idea and becomes a way of being. You know, when I first started really leaning into gratitude, not just as a word, but as a practice, I realized how much I had been overlooking. I thought I was grateful, but deep down, I was waiting for things to get easier, waiting for something to change, waiting for the next chapter before I allowed myself to feel peace. Then one morning, it was one of those days where everything felt heavy. I remembered sitting at my kitchen counter, staring into my cup of coffee. The house was quiet, but my mind wasn't. I had a choice in the moment. Keep spiraling into the noise of what wasn't working, or pause enough, just long enough to find something, anything that was good. So I took a breath and whispered, thank you. Not because everything was great, but because that breath, that simple inhale reminded me I was still here. And sometimes that's enough to begin again. That moment changed me. Not instantly, but slowly, like sunlight returning after a long day. I started noticing small things, the way the light hit the trees, the warmth of my coffee, the laughter of a friend, even the lessons hidden inside my challenges. It was like gratitude opened a door. I didn't even know that I had locked it. Here's the thing, gratitude doesn't erase the hard stuff, it just gives it meaning. It helps us find purpose in pain and strength in surrender. When we start to look for what's working instead of what's missing, something inside us softens. We stop fighting life so much that we start flowing with it. Maybe you've had a similar moment. Maybe you've been through loss, change, uncertainty, and you've wondered, how can I be grateful right now? That's such a human question. But what I've learned is that gratitude doesn't ask us to deny our pain. It invites us to hold it differently, to say, yes, this is hard, but somewhere in this, there's still love, there's still breath, there's still hope. Every time you notice something good, no matter how small, you're teaching your nervous system that safety and beauty still exists. You're teaching your heart that it can still trust again. That's spiritual work. That's healing work. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It can be as simple as saying, thank you for the moment. Thank you for this lesson. Thank you for this chance to try again. Gratitude grounds us in the present moment. It keeps us from living in the what ifs and brings us back to the what is. When we start to live that way, you notice that life becomes lighter, even when it's not easy. You start feeling connected again to yourself, to others, to the divine presence that allows and always has been guiding you. And maybe that's the real gift of appreciation. It connects us to something greater than ourselves. It reminds us that life isn't happening to us, it's happening for us. And sometimes even through us. Gratitude becomes the sacred bridge that brings our spirit back home. So, what if this week you just start noticing, not forcing, not faking, but gently noticing the morning air, the sound of laughter, the lessons hidden inside your challenges? Every time you do, you're feeding your soul a little more light. And over time, the light begins to spill out. It spills out into our relationship, into our work, into our worlds. So, what really changes when we begin to live with gratitude, not as a moment, but as a way of being? First, our energy softens. The tension we carry in our chest, the weight in our shoulders, even the constant hum of anxiety begins to ease. Gratitude reminds the body it's safe to rest in the now. And when the body feels safe, the heart opens. Suddenly, you're not just surviving our days. Nope, we're feeling them. We're noticing the beauty, the synchronicities, the gentle way the universe whispers. And it whispers, you're supported. Gratitude also changes the way we see people. Instead of focusing on what they didn't do or what we wished they said, we start appreciating who they already are, even in their imperfections. That shift creates connection. It invites grace. It makes room for love to flow in and out more freely. And maybe the most powerful shift of all, gratitude brings us back into alignment with peace. It's like finding our center again after being spun around by life. You start realizing that peace doesn't come from fixing everything. It comes from trusting that even in the mess, something meaningful is still unfolding. When we live this way, our days begin to glow a little brighter. The noise quiets down. The small things, a sunrise, a kind word, a deep breath, become holy again. And life, instead of feeling like a race to get somewhere, because a beautiful unfolding of presence and purpose. That's what's happening. That's the energy of appreciation. It doesn't just change how you think, it transforms how you live. It expands your spirit, aligns your heart, and brings you back to the truth of who you are. A divine expression of love, walking this earth with open eyes and a grateful heart. And as we close today, I want you to take one slow, deep breath in through your nose, out through your heart. Feel the warmth, that stillness, that quiet connection. That's gratitude. That's the energy of appreciation moving through you right now. You don't have to chase big moments to feel thankful. Gratitude lives in the small, ordinary spaces. The sound of laughter, the softness of a morning light, the chance to begin again. Each grateful thought expands your spirit a little more, reminding you that peace isn't something you find, it's something that you feel when you pause long enough to notice what's already good. So this week, I invite you to carry this simple intention. Notice. Notice what's working. Notice what's beautiful. Notice how your heart feels when you say, thank you. And let that awareness be your quiet prayer, a conversation between your soul and the divine. Remember our affirmation for the week. My spirit expands with every grateful thought. Say it often. Let it echo in your mind and settle in your heart. Because when you live with gratitude, you live with grace. And that, my friend, is where true abundance begins. Until next time, keep shining, keep breathing, and keep choosing appreciation. I'm Saylor, and this has been your Soulful Saturday. Be gentle with yourself and stay gloriously grateful. This beautifully completes your full Soulful Saturday with Saylor episode, The Energy of Appreciation, and our title theme, The Spiritual Benefit of Gratitude. Thank you for sharing this Soulful Saturday with me. As you move through your week, carry this truth in your heart. You are worthy, you are radiant, and your presence matters. And never forget, stay soulful, stay sassy, stay you. I'll see you next Saturday, beautiful soul. Same time, same vibe, same glorious energy.